Welcome back to yet another episode of the Pariah podcast. You are now listening to me, Ifty, my brother right here on the right, or to your left, Forrest. Underneath him, Nabir, and to Nabir's right, you have Aziz, the all-star crew, the starting four, the best starting four probably out there in the game right now. We're ready to
Damn.
talk about yet another game week in the Premier League, which has just concluded. A lot of I'd say expected results. Not too many big shocks, really. But the Prem seems to be following a sort of narrative that's been developing. There's a lot of games to talk about. I say we start with the one that just ended less than an hour ago, when the mighty Arsenal defeated Everton after 10 straight visits to Goodison Park without getting 3 points. Let
I
me know your
mean,
thoughts.
Damn.
that was unexpected, right? Like
It was
Fars
unexpected.
Fars was disappointed a little bit.
With what?
He had them winning
Oh,
5-0, so I
Yeah.
I forgot I said that. Yeah.
As a quick little prediction review, I think I predicted an Arsenal loss. Fars predicted an Arsenal loss. And I think you two had wins, right? Nabir and
Oh
Aziz.
yeah, 100%.
either a win or like a 2-2 draw type of thing, you know.
Right. Right.
Go
Honestly,
Gunners.
the game was interesting. I think we played well. I think we played really well. Like I don't get the whole thing on social media that's been happening. Most of the United fans chirping, saying, "Oh, like they look worse than last season. They look cluttered, slow." I think if you're going away to a team that likes to sit back like this, it's difficult to expect a better performance in this, especially considering the goal that was ruled out, um, the chances we created. I think we looked in control. We didn't give up anything really. I don't think there was one moment where I was scared that Everton would score. Overall, I was really happy with the performance.
I agree. I think defensively we cut out all their chances early on. I think big props to Rice on that. I think he cut out most of the channels in the middle of the pitch. And also we can talk about a little about Arteta's team selection.
Yeah,
You know,
two
Raya getting
big
on the
changes.
yeah.
We
And
had
more
Raya.
guys.
Raya.
We had Raya starting over Ramsdale, and we had Vieira replacing Havertz in the starting 11. People are saying it's because of Champions League rotation. I think that could definitely play a part, but I really think it was a
What kind
stylistic.
of keeper is getting rested for a Champions League
Dude,
game,
it
dude?
was really, really interesting. I don't know if you guys caught the post-game interview, but the interviewer asked Arteta point blank, he was like, "Is there a change in the number one?" And Arteta got so defensive. He said,
Mhm.
"What number is Vieira?" And the commentators, like the interviewer's like, "What do you mean by that? Like,
Mm.
we're talking about the keeper." He's like, "I don't see a keeper separate from the rest of the men
Rest
on
of
the
the team.
pitch. There's 11 players, and each one has to fight and rotate." So
I think that's a great way to run your team. Like if there's a player that's knocking on your door, you gotta give them chances. Otherwise, there's no opportunity. The bench players gets disappointed. They don't have something to look forward to. They don't have something to work towards if there's like a set position. And I think he's doing, and I like that he's doing that. And I think he needs to continue doing it to encourage competition, to encourage more, more performances, because if they feel like they're on the edge all the time, they're gonna make sure they perform when they are called up on.
It's just weird to see a keeper be rotated. Like it's not normal, I guess.
yeah, it's
So if
definitely
he
not normal.
if he does that, like I guess that's fine. I have no problem with that. Like I don't think you should be pissed that he's switching him out. And probably Raya might be a little better at certain things. Maybe he just feels like he wants to make a permanent switch later on, so he's like just kind of mixing it up right now.
I
But
will
yeah, I
say,
don't think it's that big a deal.
as a spectator, I felt a level of comfort in this game with Raya's like ability to receive the ball and play out. Like he
Hmm.
played that long ball to Saka, I think like 6 or 7 times, and it was on the money every time. It was causing Tarkowski problems. Like it either went out for a throw, they had to foul us, or Saka ended up getting the ball. Like he's actually so good. And not to take anything away from Ramsdale, who's also like decent at distribution, but this season he's definitely not been at his best. And it is a time where like the second goalkeeper does start knocking on the door. And like for players on the fringe, like Smith Rowe, Tomiyasu, like it's an encouraging thing to where your manager is even considering switching up the keeper. Like, you know, you always have a chance to go harder in training. I think like fosters a good culture. Where it could go wrong is like, let's say we lost that game. It's just more things to attack us with, you know? So it's like big risk, big reward.
Yeah.
And for now, it's a good thing. The other major difference was Vieira in for Havertz. And for me, it was like night and day, our build-up. Like, Vieira to me had such a good game. Like, yeah, like I want to see him be more ruthless in front of goal. There were a couple rebounds that fell to him that I wish he'd done better with. But like in terms of ball progression, I don't know. So good.
Not
Yeah,
everyone
his
out of our friend groups felt that.
Yeah, dude.
There are certain people out here won't be named are not fans of Vieira.
Man. Narratives.
Yeah.
No, but I
Going
think
back to
he.
the keeper thing, right?
Mhm.
Like you know, maybe like a couple years ago, it was always two keepers, one for the league, one for the cup. You know, it was always like a thing. But I don't know. Recently, we haven't been seeing a lot of teams play with two keepers for different competitions as they used to. You know, like maybe like 10 years ago or so. So I think it's great and healthy. You know, I wish my team did that.
Yeah. Imagine
Yeah.
imagine Ramsdale gets injured and we're gonna have to play. I don't even know who. So it's good that Raya's here. I'm happy with it.
The
Yeah.
other thing you bring up a good point with the cup thing. Now I'm in a position where I don't know who starts on Wednesday against PSV when we play Champions League. I assumed if Raya hadn't started today, I assumed that Raya was going to get the Champions League games, but now I don't know. Like I think
I think he's gonna get Champions League as well. I think maybe this was a
You think
warm up
so?
game. Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah,
but
I could see that. I could see that.
I don't think so. Like I see what you're saying, but I don't think so though.
Yeah, I'm with
I
Aziz.
think he rested Ramsdale, and based off of like them playing together for like a couple of years or like 2 years now, right? Ramsdale's been there for 2 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
For 2 years, yes. So that gave him like the seniority or whatever in the team to be playing for the first Champions League game back.
Facts.
You know, like 5-6 years no Champions League. This is like his moment, you know.
Yeah, I think
Because he
that
didn't have any bad game or anything like that like he would drop him.
that's true. But
Yeah,
I
he
would
just
say
didn't want him to play two back-to-back games 2 days apart, type of thing.
I'm sure, but like training, no, we don't see training. Mariah might be outperforming the crap out of Ramsdale in training. So who knows?
I don't think it would be that personal decision. Like, oh, I'm going to play Ramsdale because we made it this far. He deserves to play.
No, I think there is room for stuff like that. Like especially look, I want to be as casual as the next guy about Arsenal playing in the Champions League, but if I'm being real, Wednesday is a big deal for us. It's been 6 years, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And like there's players like Thomas Partey that came here with like the sole mission of getting us back into this competition. They didn't come to win Premier League titles. Like that wasn't their stated intent. Like this was the goal for so many players. And I'm like gutted for players like Martinelli that unfortunately probably won't be able to start on Wednesday. Like that starting lineup is going to be a statement. Like it's going to be a good feel good factor for the club, man. So I think he is considering stuff like that.
But
Is
we're
it
going
home
against
or
PSV.
Yeah, Europa League.
Is it going to be home?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. It's definitely Ramsdale starting. For sure.
Was there anything else you guys took note from Everton? Like, did Everton show you anything worth?
I really think their back four is solid. Like, those guys know how to defend, bro. Like,
if you spend 2 years doing that only, I would hope so.
I don't know. I just feel like maybe I need to start watching more Everton games, but they look good defensively. I don't even know why they concede goals to other like shitty opponents. Like it's crazy. I don't know if they just turn up against us.
Everything got blocked. Everything got red. the way Onana was marking Odegaard out of the game was crazy. Like Odegaard received immediately. Every angle is covered. Like Odegaard found a way with like crafty little, like 1-2s, but it was hard for him. It was a really hard game, and I think they made it hard. Pause. But what's it called? What's it called? I think their main issue, and this was just so clear to see, these guys have zero offensive instinct. Like zero. Like simple things like, oh, should I play this pass behind him or ahead of him? Like we're breaking on a counter and this guy's like passing it behind the player. Like it's almost as if they're so not used to attacking that they don't know how to do it. Like
as soon as they get the ball, they're like a deer in the headlights. Like they don't know what to do. Just pass it off.
Also, because I feel like you guys are a lot better at closing down transitions. Like they probably had no space to operate in. Like they're used to just picking up the ball and just doing a counter. But like if it gets shut down fast, like they have no other means of getting a shot off.
Yeah, and like not to toot our own horn, but Saliba and Gabriel are just so like not just adept like defensively, but they're just like units. You know what I mean? Like I think it was like very early on in the game. Their new striker Beto gets the ball, and he tries to run at Saliba, and it's like I wasn't scared for a second. Like it was crazy how in control he was.
It was like 1v1. Like you were get scared. Like it's easily doable, but like
he shows him outside.
Angles closed. Like no gain on pace. It's just like common. Dude, this guy needs to be spoken about more. So even I feel like PR wise not doing at all good because it still like doesn't get into talks of like the top CBs in Prem. But I don't know.
And here's another thing. Like I think the Thomas Partey injury kind of forced Arteta to shift from that new back four experiment he was trying, where Partey starts at right back. I wonder what happens now when Partey's fit again. Like, does he resume that experiment like nothing ever happened, or does he recognize like the defensive solidity we've had and keep that? Because like as much as people are saying like we look worse than last year, you can maybe like argue offensively like we do, but I think one thing that you cannot argue at all is defensively we look so much better than last year. Like it's definitely crazy.
Well, but the past two games, the first three games, we didn't look too good. But
I'm saying with the OG
Rice,
back four,
Also, like Gabriel Jesus didn't play or didn't start, so that's like also a big thing. Last season, he started every game basically until
he just came on again. He came on against United just to score, and then like he went back to being injured. What the hell is that, bro?
Anything else from that game? If not, like I'm free to move on.
I feel like Saka is again like protected by the coach like so much. Like if Ramsdale's is getting rotated, if everyone else getting rotated, Saka is the only one who's not getting rotated, and I think that's gonna hurt the team.
It's gonna hurt him more. I feel like. Also, I mean, Saka. I think today was definitely a little better than Man United game.
Yeah.
But the defender, what's his name? Mikolenko was on clamps, man. But
I don't know if that was more of a Saka issue or that guy's just good. I think he's just good, to be honest. Like I think I agree with you, Aziz, that he hasn't looked like stellar, but compared to the United game, he was much better. I think in the little 1-2s with White, Odegaard. We want to see him be more effective, obviously, but like even with the goal, like he was in a good position, like played the right pass. It's getting better, but I agree. Like even if it isn't for performance, just out of sheer rotation, please give Nelson some minutes. Like it's okay. Like it'll be fine.
Keep him in the subs.
Also, like he would get tired. It would hurt him long term, I feel.
And he's definitely starting in the Champions League on Wednesday. He's definitely gonna have to start against Spurs on Sunday, I think. It's just like
dang, that's soon. That's next weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like it was a good opportunity to maybe give him some rest, but Arteta sticks by this elite players play games. So I guess that's how it'll be.
We'll see.
We shall
I
see.
mean, if he gets injured, then you can't play him anymore. So
That's true. Very true. Next game, or we got anything else?
Nice.
Okay, let's
We'll
talk.
just move backward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
run it. You lead us
Run
with
it.
this one.
I want like my own like section intro where it's just like Fars's corner where I just like rant for 5 minutes about this team.
Go for it.
But yeah, the Chelsea match today, away to Bournemouth. How do I even start with this? Not good. Similar to Forest in a sense where I'm like trying so hard to be positive. And there are a lot of things I can say to be positive, but like when you don't win, it's just like it's tough. And I guess I'll start with like the long list of injuries we have where we just can't I think we have like 12 guys out now. Caicedo picked up a knock, but I think he'll be fit for next week. But like it just keeps stacking, and I feel like we can't get a consistent team out there. Like today we played Ugachukwu next to Gallagher in midfield, which is just like that's someone we just signed from France like on a random Tuesday. Like we just bought him. He's already starting games. Like he should not be starting games. And I don't even think he was bad, honestly. I thought he put in a shift. But it's just like this lack of experience in there is causing us to play very just passively. And I mean, I know Nibs, you watched the game too. Like we had a lot of chances today, genuinely. Like hit the post a couple times, that one Sterling free kick that bounced off. I think the lack of cutting edge, I don't know if you can attribute that to the players being young or it's just like they're not good enough. I want to ask you guys that. Do you think like Nicholas Jackson and Mudryk and the guys that came on Palmer, like will they do better like this season or is it like a long-term thing? Because I don't know anymore.
I just feel like
proposing that.
watching that game, it was just like whenever you guys are, I feel like better playmaking, like you guys know how to shuffle the ball around and get the ball in the box. But as soon as it gets to the box, literally, I feel like it just gets like, oh, do I pass it? Do I shoot it? They don't have like I mean, Nicholas Jackson is supposed to be that person, that target man, just get it to him and he's gonna bang it in. But I feel like he's way too focused on not failing and then scoring goals that he just like is half and half and just fumbles the ball.
That's a great description because I think that can apply to a lot of them. Like Cole Palmer today was clear on goal, and I promise you, if he was wearing a lighter shade of blue like he used to, that ball would have been smashed into the left corner. Instead, he overhits a pass to Sterling, trying to play him in. Sterling gets a cross, and it leads to nothing. But like that's been the case at Chelsea for years now. Like the attackers not knowing what to do in the box and like being very just like I gotta just do something that isn't like a misplaced pass or a bad shot. Like they get rid of the ball and one too many passes and then boom, start again. I'll say like I feel like once we get some players back and everyone's like healthy but those guys are gonna need like a run of games to get going too. So I don't know like what our goals are for the season. Pochettino seems very just calm, which is good, I guess. I mean, you don't want a manager like panicking in the post match. But like he's saying the same things that like previous managers at Chelsea got fired for. Like he was like, I'm very proud of today, the boys played good. And he's already using like the injuries excuse, which I feel like that's for the fans to do, not the manager. Like you can't be like, we have 12 guys out, what do you expect? Because we had a good enough team to beat Bournemouth. So that's something to take note of, I guess, for future matches. But yeah, just another game where it's just like it's not all there, and it's definitely going to be very hard for Chelsea to, I don't know, finish, what did I say, sixth this year, which is just so surreal to say out loud that we're struggling. And if you look at our fixtures, the next like 10 matches, bro, we're playing everyone from first to seventh. Like
we're in that stretch they were screenshotting when the fixtures got first announced. It's
like our easy stretch just ended and we got 5 points out of 5 games.
Well, okay, to be fair, I don't think there's easy games in the Prem anymore. Like, I'll be honest. Like
relatively easy then.
Yeah. Relatively, it was easier, but like, and to answer your question, you asked earlier about like, do I think these players will come good? I am officially off the Nicholas Jackson train. Like I am transferring him out of FPL. Like,
wow,
it only took 5 games for him to, I don't know, catch the ghost of Stamford Bridge. Like he forgot how to play. Like it's it's so scary how important like mental is for a striker. Like
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
like
his confidence is shot like, but not as much as like even Mudryk, who's like forgetting just how to take a touch.
oh yeah.
I'm still sticking with Jackson. Like I think a lot of these guys deserve more than the small sample we've seen. But in that small sample, it's been rough. So
Yeah, and
yeah,
every game he doesn't score, the problem will get worse. Like
yeah, mentally for
Yeah.
sure.
and yo, to give no new thing some credit, the iron horse leg biomechanic comment he made,
Nope,
I see it. Bro,
nope.
he did you the
I'm not
one
addressing that on this podcast, bro.
What
Don't worry
is
about
it?
that
I
one new
didn't
thing.
hear it.
it's that like he hit for him to kick a ball, it requires like all
Not
of his
every-
body. Like you know what I mean? Like and sometimes in the box, like to Nibs' point, where it looks like they just all forget how to play, it's probably because this man has to like charge up his shot like he's playing FIFA. Like it's crazy.
Who's
Uh,
that?
uh
Mudryk?
no,
Jackson.
Jackson, Nicholas Jackson.
Uh,
The one
The
I
sad, the saddest part, I think, to like Chelsea's whole picture is that your best attacker is still somebody you bought a long time ago. It's Sterling.
Yeah,
He looks actually like the one player that's like playing his heart out, running through
yeah,
people, and then everybody else and Enzo is also doing well. But it's just I don't know. I
yeah.
feel almost sorry for them because it's like such a such a such a big team just like crumbling. I feel like it's just
yeah,
not meshing.
I yeah.
go for it.
I feel like it's one of two things. One of two
Mhm.
things, right? Like,
yeah,
yes, you need your players, your new players to, have this chemistry to build it together. And it requires time and all of that. But
Mhm.
also, like the other thing is that, like I see it with my team, like Real Madrid, when they sign like a young player, he's a prospect or whatever, they don't just throw him into the
Yeah.
first team right away.
Mhm.
Like all these young players need time to develop, and like even if they have like the highest ceiling of potential, we've seen a
yeah.
lot of players with the highest ceiling of potential. They it's just like their development would be hindered by like the team not playing well or like lack of proper coaching or like lack of
And you're
experienced players around them.
the point you're making. I think there's a really good video that Tifo made talking about like Brighton and how they do like recruitment to development to integration, like that pathway. And I
Yeah,
think the step where we're just completely like rushing is the integration. Like these Brighton players, like they'll get a full year on loan, and they're recruited specifically to play for any manager that Brighton has. Like they're just good players flat out. They're not being signed specifically for certain traits. They're just technically very sound. Like, and that should be every player. And they come in and they get like a year on loan at a similar level club, and then they come back, and then they get eased into the team. Like our project is sign like 20 kids and just hope that they all like hit the ground running. And that's why I feel bad for Pochettino, because he's having to do like the brunt work, like get all these kids up and ready to go. And with that, you're not going to get the results. And I feel like ownership is going to be like, well, we're not winning. We need to get Pochettino out, bring someone in, and then the cycle continues. Like he's going to have to do like a lot of the heavy lifting with a lot of these guys, like individually, one on one, making Mudryk into like a Premier League level player, which might not even happen. Like it's a little unfair, because all you have this much money, and if you can go back like 2 years and be like, yeah, we're gonna give you this much to spend, like you probably bring in like high level players,
Yeah.
but they're like, we can't bring anyone in 25 or older. Like there's an article saying like, oh, they thought about James Madison, but he was 26.
Leonardo DiCaprio movements.
So I'm like, how can like, and I'm cool with the whole approach of young players because a lot of these guys I see like good potential in. But the rebuild part is just so new to me. Like watching my team have to be bad to eventually get good, which is not even guaranteed, is just so rough, man. I don't know
yeah.
how like fans of these clubs do it, bro.
I don't
Well,
know
How many
the.
how many of the Champions League winners do you guys still have?
I think one.
Ben Chilwell and
so
Thiago Silva.
Are they playing?
Yeah,
Thiago
so
Silva
yeah,
started and Chilwell came on today.
came
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
the
And he
thing
got a
is,
yellow card.
yeah.
0 FPL points.
Mhm. The thing is, bro,
Yeah, man.
it's gonna be tough for you guys to integrate because you don't have senior players. Like I think
Yeah.
Bowley like
Yeah.
got a little too trigger happy. He forgot like the middle step. Like your
Yeah.
senior player, some of your oldest players are dudes you signed this window. So like they can't teach people what Chelsea's about or what playing in England's like. Like it's new for all of them, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
The
gonna be
intangibles, literally.
yeah, it's gonna be
You can't buy
difficult.
that.
Yeah, this is such like a good case study for like why you can't just checkbook your way to success. Like you can, but it's
It's in a
not so
small span.
straightforward.
You can't.
Exactly. You can't rush this thing.
Yeah.
I saw
I feel like you could like long time ago, but like
the
nowadays you
level is
can't.
so high. Like
Yeah.
you still maybe can in some other leagues. Like but like here, I feel like every team now is at a level where you throw like 11 talented young players, it's not guaranteed success at all. Like, but one thing that did look good, I didn't watch the game, but I did see a compilation on Twitter and it was of your goalkeeper. And it's the
Yeah.
first time in years I've seen a goalkeeper comp for Chelsea that didn't just clown on you guys for 3 minutes straight.
No, honestly, it was good to see someone be able to claim a cross. I haven't seen that in like 3 years.
His brother is starving.
I would just see Kepa like do like a punch like that, like this high.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's good. We'll take the positives, man.
You know
We have
what's
fallen.
nuts? The reason this all started is Vladimir Putin. He destroyed your football club. How does that feel?
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh man.
No, if you could literally track it back, the last 2 years, like this shit should not be happening to anyone, dude.
Yeah, bro.
Like not in little invasion, one invasion causing like the collapse of $1 billion football club. How do you even in 2 years? That's insane.
I mean, you know what's insane? How like you're downplaying
Yeah.
the whole war. Like it costs more than $1 billion. You know,
He's
like
like-
it costs
he's like-
billions.
Sure, a war or whatever, but my football team
My
is playing,
club.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the
lost.
one who brought it up.
They lost $1 billion. Like the war didn't cost like billion. You know,
Oh,
like,
man.
No, I'm talking about the club. The club spent that much.
That's too funny, bro.
Also, like, I have a question. Like, with like some economics stuff with the FFP and stuff, is there a reason? I don't know. Like, I think Bully did the under 25 thing because he's just banking on these players coming good. I don't think he intends to spend much more in the upcoming windows.
No, I
Oh,
think
no,
I think he just went full
I
on.
doubt it. Yeah, I
Really?
don't think he's gonna. I mean, I agree with you. Like, I doubt he's gonna spend this much anymore because he literally can't afford to, dude. Like,
Right,
towards the
right.
end of this last window, we were having to sell like academy kids to kind of balance the books.
yeah.
It's because the contracts are split over such a long period of time that, like, on paper right now, we haven't spent $1 billion. We've probably spent like 200 million, but that's been like direct cash, like given out. But like whenever you sell someone, that also counts on the books immediately. So, yeah.
basically,
Go
like,
ahead, Aziz.
they're buying a house on a 30-year mortgage, not like a 15-year mortgage. You know,
So they can't
like
buy another house.
yeah, everything is on installments. The longer the duration, the more they're gonna pay on like interest, obviously. But their payments per year is gonna be smaller, so
Yeah.
they can like
And even if
sell
they
and
did,
balance the books.
even if they did pay lump sum for any of these players, the way they amortize the payments on their books, it's still installments, so it affects their spending in like future seasons. The only
Damn, I hate that word so much, dude.
yeah,
Amortize, dude.
But that's probably the thing your club is best at. Like that's your strongest that's your strongest point.
Dude, we're good at macroeconomics. Are you kidding me?
The only situation I think that rule doesn't apply is when you trigger a release clause, which is why clubs never want to do that because you have to register that as one payment. Enough finances though.
Okay.
Professor Aziz is up.
Let's talk about another club with a goalkeeper in the headlines. Manchester United.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think the stat is Onana has conceded 5 goals in the last 2 home games, and De Gea conceded 10 all of last season at home. So he's already halfway there. I saw Mark Goldbridge say something pretty profound that I'm surprised a lot of United fans don't agree with. Um, Not to reduce Onana's ability, I think he's a great ball playing keeper, but I don't think that United team is ready for a ball playing keeper. Like he is probably the best ball progressor there, and that should not be the case. Like they get the ball from Onana and they don't know what to do with it. It's like hot potato. Like it, I think Ten Hag solved a problem that he was expecting to have in the future with a squad that didn't have that problem yet. Like let's just
Yeah,
go for it.
sorry, I saw like a thing talking about how he came from the Inter Milan team who, and I don't know if how big a deal this is, but like since they played with a back five, like his passing range to get to the fullbacks was a lot easier. Like he could always kind of switch it one way or the other. But
Mhm.
like right now, like the line being where it is, like his passes, like they're not where he wants them to go, you know? Like it's
Mhm.
just kind of he passes out and it comes right back to him. Like he can't make the chipped passes he wants to do. Because I've seen him hit a
Exactly.
few like to Rashford this season.
He absolutely has the ability. I won't even like entertain the thought he doesn't, but they don't know what to do with him. It's like if you gave uncontacted tribe in the Amazon nuclear codes. Like they don't know what to do with that, bro. Like
Yeah.
give them a rock and they'll do way better with it. You know
And
what I mean?
also, but also their team is like, there's a lot of injuries and suspensions and all of that, right?
Bro, they're
Like,
going through it, dude. They are going through it, bro.
yeah, they're going through it for real. Like, what's his name? Like,
Off the pitch stuff.
McTominay had to
Play.
play. Like, he had to like start. Who played as right winger?
They
I don't
they
know.
they, they didn't
They
have
played a
one.
diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they played. Yeah,
It
and
was Hoyland and Rashford up top with a diamond midfield. So it was ugly. It was an ugly
yeah,
game. I don't know.
and also like their center backs. Even when Varane is fit, he's not the best passer with the ball. We all know that, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, and also we need to talk about Rashford. Like,
We do? What are we
Yeah,
talking about?
we
yeah,
have
definitely we talk about Rashford.
dude, he looks like Aubameyang in the 4 months before we sold him. Like he looks
Bro,
Bro,
he's not good.
he
We're
looks
done.
no.
Like
disinterested. It's so
Don't
bad.
do him like
dude,
that,
there's
dude.
always an excuse with this guy. He's not good. Like, halas,
You don't think he's good at all? That's wrong, dude. I can't
the
agree with
whole
that.
like, oh, he's a prospect, young prospect thing. Like that ship sailed a long time ago, man. Like
Bro, he's like their
he's just,
best, or actually after Bruno, he's probably their best like forward.
but he's not
Bro,
though. Like
but
he's
here's
maybe
this.
theirs, but
I
like
know
they're
why
not
you're bringing
good
this
either.
up because like he had a lot of chances where he could have squared it like against Brighton, but like still, like I wouldn't say he's bad, dude. That's a stretch.
Dude, I think if they sold him to PSG that 1 year for like 100 mil or whatever, and they got like 4 25 mil wingers, they
You
would have
trust them to make
been
the right
better.
decision with that money,
Nah,
dude?
that could have
Dude,
been like a
because
Bale rebuild.
every decision Rashford makes is ass. Like
Yeah.
it's so ass. Like this guy does not know how to set up the ball for his attackers. This guy does not know how to. Dude, he is a knuckleball merchant.
Yeah.
He wants to take on guys like left and right, but he's not even that good at it either.
The ability is there. The ability is there. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
it
There was
was
some
there like a
But the
long time ago.
brain is
the
gone.
thing he points at is nothing there.
It's not there, bro.
There's
Dude, you
nothing
can't
in
call
there.
someone that got like 30 goals in all comps bad.
No.
When last year?
His ability is there.
Bro, this is why I said Alba. Because Alba got 22 goals a campaign before and then lost his brain. Like it's
Dude, United played 60 games last season or so. Like they were in every competition all the way to the end or like close to it.
Okay, but those are still great numbers, dude. In a
no,
bad team.
I agree. But last season is
Playing from
last season.
30 goals and assists in 60 games is for like the main forward is poor.
Dude, yesterday's price is not today's price. That guy, if you look at him, he loses the ball in weird places because he likes to take defenders on.
He does
right?
not press. He
does
so
not track
lazy.
back. He does not press. Like it's the small things. And if Ten Hag pretends to be this ruthless coach and starts this dude every week, it transmits.
He's the cover boy. Like he's the cover boy. He can't drop it. That's the issue.
What is all this? I didn't expect this hostility towards
Really?
Rashford.
How can you not?
No, because
Bro,
I've always been on the Rashford train. You know, I was like, oh, this guy's gonna turn up like Ronaldo, whatever. He plays like him. He shoots the ball like him.
Getting numbers that what you would say like, okay, he's meeting the potential he set for himself. Okay, I agree that his decision making has. I'm just saying in general.
He was good for 3 months.
He just scored against Arsenal a really great goal.
Yeah, he scored a great goal. That requires ability. I agree with you. Like he took on a man, he got the shot on target. Like he's able to do that. I think if I'm being like, and this might seem like a crazy take, Rashford is a perfect bottom half striker because he doesn't need much to produce magic, right? Like he can go on his own and create a goal out of nothing. But if you want a player to play in a complex, advanced system, like Ten Hag wants his players playing, he's not your guy. He can't think. He doesn't like to retain the ball. He doesn't press. He doesn't track back. Like he's not a system player at all. He's like
also he gets paid like over 300K a week.
Yeah.
He's basically the next
Ronaldo. We're gonna start just
throwing
wages
that needs to be shipped out.
No, you know what that means? It means he's the highest paid player in United, and United's wages is like top of the league.
Actually, I think
obviously.
it's Sancho who's the highest paid.
Insane.
I don't think so, but like
it's up there. But like, dude, we don't need to talk about wages.
Let's say no, but no, we need to talk about wages for the reason that if this player is one of the top 5 highest paid players in the league, he has to be at least top 20 player, at least, and he's not.
I mean, what do you think?
He's top 20 player overall, or just for like attacker, or 20
overall? Yeah, overall.
I could make a list with him in top 20 probably. Not that I'm going to do that on the spot right now.
Okay, next video we'll do that because
okay, sure.
I'm with Aziz. I don't think he makes top 20 players.
I like agree with the way you guys are analyzing that. You don't think he's a good IQ. Sure, I just think he still offers so much for them as their style of play, like countering, scoring.
Like they play like a relegation side at the moment, but they're not supposed to be. Like, yeah, what you just said, counterattack, play the long ball. Yeah, he could kill that for sure, but that's
just how they've been playing, dude. That's how Ten Hag has been playing. It's kind of like Ole ball, like muscle memory. Like it's still a lot of playing in transition. Like look at the players they brought in, the Casemiro, Mount. Like these guys aren't meant to be like Ajax possession. Like this is the style of football they want to play.
Until now, I forgot Mount played for them. I swear to God,
he will play once he's healthy, right?
Dude, and you know what's crazy? The way life rewards them with this terrible like run of news and form, they have Bayern in 2 days.
Yeah,
Bayern Munich. Like it's that game can be a bloodbath. Like, and
real talk, they got to just sit and park the bus and just take a draw, take an L, like take a 1-0 L. Like if they try to play any type of football, they're getting cooked.
Yeah,
this guy is just like Pogba. You know all these memes about Pogba, but like, oh, if you had the temperature at like 30
on his day,
on his day, it's exactly like him. You know, like everything.
But he has delivered, man. He's having like 15 goal seasons in the Prem every year. How's that not delivering?
And what about the season before last, where he got 4 goals in the Prem? That was still him, right?
No, he actually happened. He was injured.
Yeah, like, he got 4 goals in the Prem.
Oh yeah, Aziz is right.
But there was a season he was injured, like almost the entire season though.
It wasn't that one. Like he played games, bro. Like
I'm just talking about what I'm seeing now and more recently. Like I would not say that he's a bad player. I think that's a stretch.
Okay, do you think
he's not bad? He's just like he's not top 20. Like
he's not that guy.
He's the poster boy. He gets paid a lot and all that, and he's not that guy.
Yeah, but those are not even footballing reasons to be.
Okay.
Fire. He makes money
because like he had potential and he never reached it.
What potential? You want him scoring 40 goals?
And I blame United on it. You know, if he was at City, he'd be Ballon d'Or.
Okay, that's a whole other conversation.
He was on Ballon d'Or.
Any player it is.
Okay, Fars, if you don't think Rashford's the issue, what do you think are the biggest problems on the pitch for United right now?
I mean, yeah, probably the same thing. Just the style of football they're trying to play, or I guess like a lot of fans probably thought they were getting like Ajax, Barcelona, tiki taka, and then Ten Hag is very more what's the word, like pragmatic,
Mhm.
like just getting like very defensive players that I don't think are that good technically. Like even Bruno, like Bruno's great at racking up the goals and assists, but some of the times like it's a lot of hero ball with him as well. Like kind of
Yeah.
just like smashing a pass, hoping someone's there. And it's worked on occasion. Most of the time he'll smash it up to Rashford, who can do a good enough job with it. But like, yeah, it's definitely a club-wide problem with the players they have. If we're like, you could single out a lot of the players they have individually and make cases for if they're good or bad, or if they went to City, would they be good or bad? Like, but I just think to fully just say he is a bad player or just not. I don't know what top 20 is, whatever. Like, I would say he's one of their better players, and without him, they would be doing so much worse, bro. Genuinely.
Mhm.
Mm. Okay. Okay, but I think we should also like give Brighton some credit. They looked really
Yeah.
good.
Ooh, yeah,
Like they
they're
always
great.
like
They're so good, dude.
it's
Apparently, their starting 11 was like 30 million.
20.
Oh,
20,
20.
bro. And Ten Hag's in the post game conference talking about every team spends money.
Yeah, that
Like
was
he's the
wild.
He
fakest
and
hard
he
man ever, bro.
he
Oh
name dropped
man.
Brighton too. Like that
Yeah.
was
No,
insane.
you're the
was
one
like-
selling.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's crazy,
Nah, Ten
man.
Hag is
And
actually
Stupinan
such a
didn't
sore
play
loser.
even. You know,
Yeah.
Tarek Lamptey played as a left back or a left wing back
Yeah.
or whatever.
Aaron
Album.
Steele is free, bro.
Freaking Welbeck started, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
Welbeck scored a nice goal. Like
And
the
he
build up and
celebrated
everything.
Good
like
finish,
a
good finish.
madman, bro.
Hell yeah.
Nah, the other thing I wanted to say is what's it called? So let's bring Chelsea back into this, right?
Let's do
With
it.
Chelsea and United, right? We have two teams that are very clearly trying to do things the right way with a project, like looking around, seeing like what works in a rebuild, what doesn't, right? And they have both invested significantly. One obviously more than the other, but still both are spending crazy money, and they're doing it with the mold of one manager. Sure, like Chelsea has it split between two with Potter and Pochettino, but like the recruitment seems to have like a coach in mind, right? What happens now that results aren't happening, right? Because hypothetically, like in boardrooms, right? I'm sure they're preaching patience, like, oh, we must stick with it. But in reality, when results start, mounting up and they're not looking good, fan pressure builds. I wonder if, the bosses at these clubs will have that same patience like in reality.
I think United are probably going to be much more patient than we are. I think they are also not like the quick fire left and right crisis
Yeah.
like ownership that maybe Chelsea is. But even with Chelsea, like I don't see like us making any rash decisions at least until January. Like they're gonna see this out even if the results don't come, because like it would be so unfair like to just say Poch it's not working, even though today like Poch did good. He put the team out, like they created a bunch of chances. Like he can't finish those. And I know that's like the same excuse you hear, like, oh, the manager, he coached a 3-0, they didn't do it.
No, but they have great XG though.
Yeah, exactly.
No, first 5 games, they've had
Yeah.
great XG, yeah.
What's
It's
the
that, I
extra
mean, I guess
today?
that goes to, I don't know, I think it was like 2 something or 1
Mm.
1.8. But yeah, Potts, like it would be so bizarre if they felt like this was his fault right now. Like
But
I feel like if we had like Nkunku playing just today, like it would have been much better. We probably would have won. And that's just one guy. Like I don't know. It's
Mhm.
all too many hypotheticals with Chelsea right now. Way too many.
look, I see your point, but look, let me just read out schedules for both teams, right? After this weekend, you play Villa, Brighton, Fulham, Burnley, which is your only
Brighton's in
game.
the cup though. Brighton's League Cup.
Mm.
Sure, but it's another game, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Arsenal, Brentford, Spurs, City, Newcastle, Brighton again, United, Everton away,
Oh Lord.
and
Oh,
then
Lord.
it gets easy again, right? You're saying you think and hope that the board will be patient. It could very much be a reality that in your next 10 games, you get like 2 wins, right?
Yeah.
It's not even that far out of the realm of possibility, right?
Mhm.
But the alternative is worse, dude. You fire him, and then who do you bring in?
I don't know,
Exactly.
but I
And
think
there, and,
Exactly.
and he's like I'm seeing good performances. I'm just not seeing finishers.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you have to just, I don't know. It's the same thing that happened last year, genuinely. But the last year the club was not patient. They got rid of Tuchel, they got rid of Potter, they brought Lampard back in. They just called it quits on the season. This
I
year,
think
I think we see clear progress towards maybe what we can be. Now, how much time it takes us to get there and how patient they'll be, that is out of like no one knows. So I agree with
I
you.
think
Like,
I think they have to at this point.
Mhm.
They have no option. And like
mhm.
there's no available managers that are
There's no
gonna
one manager that can come and be like, you know what, I'm going to make all these 21-year-olds play like they're experienced. Like,
but
you can't buy
yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah.
it's not unique to Chelsea. I'm bringing it up to say, like, with Ten Hag, we saw when Hoyland got subbed, the crowd booed, right? And that's not something that United fans typically do. Like, so far through all their troubles, they've never once booed Ten Hag, right? And
Mhm.
for me, that was like a big moment because it shows like a shift, right? With all the bad things happening, the people that were once level-headed could think like, oh, like this is a project, we must be patient. They start losing this patience. And I think that game against Bayern on Tuesday is huge for them because if that becomes like a 4-0, a 3-0,
Mhm.
right? Like it just ruins like all the good work he's built up with that trophy and the third place
Mhm.
finish, right? And it becomes a really, really toxic place where not only is Ten Hag's job at risk, but it becomes harder for it to get it out of risk because your team's not going to play as good with the atmosphere the way it is. It's just like a scary time because we, like, as Arsenal fans, we had been in a similar position before. Like we all, like me and Nabir specifically, always believed in Arteta or whatever, right? But there was that stretch, I think in late 2021, where we were just not winning games. We looked good or whatever,
Mhm.
but it just results weren't happening. And there was a period during that where I was like, dude, like this can't be happening. Like
Yeah.
I know Arteta's the right guy, but if he's
Mhm.
doing this, he just can't be here anymore. Like if fans get to a stage like that, I'm sure bosses do too.
I think just comparatively between Chelsea and Man United, Chelsea, even if they finish 17th, I don't think he's gonna fire Pochettino.
Hmm.
However, I think because I really don't think Bully looks at a difference between it's a ninth versus 17th. Man United, on the other hand, has like too many problems with Sancho, with Anthony, and things
But
like
can you
that.
put
And
that
also,
on Ten Hag, like all the
no, no,
off
you can't, you
course?
can't. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It's also hard for you to kind of fire Ten Hag on that aspect as well. But I feel like if you compare, it is more likely that Ten Hag gets fired than Chelsea because like the team just doesn't look inspiring at all. Like at least Chelsea, there's some positives. There's not like crazy things going on in the club. Like
Yeah.
you always understand the situation. But Ten Hag is just like, yeah, you just had a third place finish. You won a trophy last season. What happened? Like things are supposed to
Exactly.
progress. Like if it's going backwards, that's the issue. Like
But
Chelsea, yeah,
I feel like he has credit in the bank, I guess, still.
exactly.
Like
Yeah, he
his
does.
third place and his trophy last season,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that like he has so many dressing room problems and injuries and
Yeah.
all that.
Hmm.
Like he has so much time. And
Yeah,
also like you have to remember it's only the fifth game of the season.
Oh,
that's
for
true.
Yeah.
sure.
Like their game against Arsenal, they barely
Mm.
lost or whatever.
Yeah,
Like from them,
inches.
like they can be like, oh, it was inches away from like a
Right.
draw against Arsenal or whatever. It wasn't
Yeah.
like a terrible performance. But as you said, like I feel like if it was like they're gonna play City and like no, like they're gonna play Bayern next.
Hmm.
If it was like 5-0 and
Hmm.
like and you saw like Gary Neville's tweet today
The
or yesterday.
Glazers.
Yeah, he was like also like adding more fuel to the fire. So like
Oh, he said Glazers out.
like
He
long
wrote an
tweet.
essay on it. Like,
Yeah, it's a
I
oh,
didn't
whole
see
thing.
that.
don't get it confused. This is on the Glazers. I was like, what is happening, bro? Like,
I don't
I think
understand.
that Ten Hag has been backed like no United manager has been backed in the last 10 years. Like, they have given him everything he wanted. He wanted Ronaldo gone, done. He wanted to sign Onana, done. New striker, done. Casemiro, I think is one of the that's what I think will put pressure on him when the pressure does come. Because to your point with Chelsea, you have a bunch of young kids running around. Your project timeline is much longer. Like you're projected to succeed.
Worst case scenario, you can sell them. You know,
right?
Like they have value.
When you buy Casemiro for 70 million
mil.
and he's over 30, you are in win now mode. You are not in hey, give me some time. Right? Because by the time
they've definitely gotten players for like the next this year, next year, like they got to do something.
Yeah, and like Bruno's getting older. Rashford is 26-year-old, bro. He needs to start putting money away for retirement. Like it's not like I'm a kid anymore. Like you're not a star boy, bro.
Dude, that's the negative effect of Todd Bowley, bro. He makes you think a 26-year-old is finished. Bro.
No, but like he's not finished. But like as far as development goes, this is when wingers enter their prime. Like 27, 28 is like the time to strike. Like there's not much left for him to grow into.
Yeah.
It's worrying for United. We got to mention Lisandro Martinez getting cooked. That guy, oh my goodness. I love seeing him fail. There's not a player I like seeing fail more than him. He has such a Napoleon.
He didn't even do nothing, bro.
Dude, no.
He rejected Arsenal.
Oh,
That's what happened.
Yeah, if he played for us, I'd probably love him. But the thing is, I saw United fans saying he doesn't look the same after his injury. And I don't know.
Fake injury? Which injury are you talking about?
No, like the actual injury he had, I think towards the end of last season. I don't know. One to watch for sure. I don't see United doing too well, which I reflected in my updated predictions. But anything else on United?
I think we beat the horse.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. We went in on them, bro.
Let's go on to the City West Ham game.
Okay. Yeah. I don't have much note on that.
Yeah,
other than, like same old City, I guess.
They look inevitable. Oh, Doku. Bro, did you see Pep's post-game interview?
He was like, "Oh, this is a winger now."
That guy, like, I hope this is what it takes for Man City fans to admit that Grealish for them was such an average player. Like, I don't want to ever call Grealish bad because like he did what he had to do. Like he didn't lose the ball stupidly, played smart passes, whatever. But as far as like what a winger should be doing, look at this Doku guy. Takes on his man, cuts in, shoots, plays the pass, like a literal like live wire on the left. It's crazy.
I feel like the winger thing was more Pep's fault though. Like all these wingers would come join Pep and then go away from like what they were doing because Grealish was cooking it at Aston Villa.
Yeah,
he was doing all these things.
But what lets Doku do this and be praised and Grealish couldn't?
I genuinely wonder maybe he just trying to reinvent the game again with like, oh dude, what if I let my winger cut in, dude?
Pep used to play with inverted fullbacks, and then now he's playing with 5 center backs.
4 center, dude.
You never know this guy, to be honest.
Yeah, nah.
Can we talk about Paqueta going up to
Pep? Bro. What a loser,
what happened?
Man. Before the game, he went and gave Pep some head. Like, hey, like, how are you guys doing? I remember you. Like,
make sure you buy me in January.
Like, so shameless, bro. But to his credit, he was one of the better West Ham players against them. Like, I don't think he let it affect his performance. But still, if I'm a West Ham fan seeing that, man, it's just
Streets saying Newcastle going for him in the January.
He'd be a good signing
because he's friends with Gumarães.
With all the Brazilians, all the Brazilian midfielders. Yes.
Look, I know they lost, but I think that game cemented for me that West Ham are not a myth. Like they're real. Like they looked good. They competed. I think the way they reinvested the Rice money was smart. All those players look like they're performing. Do I think they'll finish top 6? No. Do I think they'll finish top half? Yes, which is a huge improvement from last year. And City, I wonder who they'll drop points to.
It's so hard to do like analysis on them because they are just they're so like they get the job done. They're like robotic. Like it's just like
Yeah.
there's no like joy in praising them because it's the same thing, dude.
And
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no, you know something I'll praise because I saw the difference yet again today. After they got their goal to go up 2-1 against West Ham, West Ham obviously had to come out of their shell a little bit
Mhm.
and go for it. And literally the next attack, Bernardo plays in Holland. And like in my head, like as soon as Bernardo got the ball, forget the pass, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a goal. Versus us today, we take the lead 1-0, right? I think we had like 6 attacks after that where we had like a 5-on-2 advantage, and not once did I feel like we were gonna score. Like their ability to take games out of question is like something we take for granted because like when a team is in the lead, we expect them to win the game. With us, it's not the case at all. And with most other teams, it's not the case at all. Versus with them, it's like we have the lead, we are going to win this game. Like, period.
Yeah.
I want to
I
say
don't,
that I think. Oh, sorry, Nibs. Let me just get this quick in here.
go ahead.
I think I don't know. I feel like this should be general consensus that Rodri might be the best DM in the Prem right now, or for a long time. Like the level he's consistently putting out is just so good, and I know they're gonna have to use him like every game again this season, and he's gonna be gassed towards the end. Like I'm just seeing him just play perfectly. Like it's so like amazing to watch. Genuinely,
Yeah.
like I'm jealous of that player.
I'm not going to take credit away from him, but the reason I'm reluctant to give him best DM by a mile is the player I have in my club who does not put a foot wrong, bro. Declan Rice today, as he has been in every game, he's like the anti-Rashford. Everything he does is the right move. Everything he does, bro. Like it's calm, it's collected. If there's a pass with like good potential, but it involves putting us at risk even a little bit, he's not going to do it. But at the same, even with that same mentality, he's able to progress us in so many smart ways. Like it's his passes are so pinpoint, so calculated. He doesn't look like he thinks about things too hard. Like it's just so refreshing to see.
I
I love
think
how that started
to
as a Rodri comment.
yeah,
No,
going
because
back to the Rodri comment, I feel like Rodri does Declan Rice stuff. Maybe defensively, Declan Rice is a little better than Rodri, but offensively, Rodri takes the cake. I feel like his passes, the risk he
Yeah.
take, you gotta take risks sometimes, and the risk he takes,
And
are
sometimes he's
well
playing like
calculated
he's
as well.
just like lone DM too. Like literally
Yeah,
no real support and he just does the job so well. And that's credit to the system as well, I'll give you that. But like
yeah.
I don't know, I just like I've never see him like really slip up.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
for sure.
See, the thing is, for Rodri, when they signed him for big money at that time,
And he
especially,
sat.
Mhm,
right? And
mhm.
he sat.
He didn't do
He
shit.
didn't start like playing every game, every minute until like 3 years in.
Mm.
Remember, they signed him. They had what's his name, Fernandinho, starting
Yeah,
every game.
I mean that's just good integration. I don't know. Like they did the right
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
that's Man
exactly,
City, man.
exactly. Yeah, that's how like they plan ahead.
Like
And
Madrid does the same thing actually. Like they know
Yeah,
when someone needs to be phased out and then they bring the next people in. Like I think
yeah,
City's really good at that. And like there's
yeah.
no pressure there for these guys to hit the ground running, you know?
yeah.
Like I can't even tell you if Rodri came to Chelsea where he'd be right now. Maybe like Dynamo Zagreb.
Exactly, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like you're like, oh, I'm jealous of this guy. I was about to say, like, even if he got this guy as Rodri
Yeah,
himself, he wouldn't be good like in your
yeah.
system because like he wouldn't have developed, he wouldn't have integrated as well.
It is what it is. Like the same Chelsea fans are like, why did we not sign Holland? I'm like, brother, Holland would have maybe 5 goals right now if he was on our club, like career wise.
Oh,
You should be lucky
he
we
missed
signed
a lot.
anyone.
He missed a lot of chances
He
that
did miss a
game,
lot of chances, but
and he
again,
still scored.
Doesn't matter,
he'll get
dude.
his, bro. Hooper's hoop. That's
The
what you
thing is, like City, I feel like the difference in between City, like obviously they have great players, and the rest of the team. Every single player I just see like technically is like
got.
so much better than
Sublime.
any other one behind.
Yeah.
And City, I guess, since Aguero has had a great striker all the time, like our strikers, it just like uh, one time it's gonna be a goal, the other
Yeah.
nine, 8 times we don't know, maybe. But I feel like Holland and them, they will punish. Like whenever they get the chance, they will punish. So like,
Even like the guy they just signed, Nunez, Pep was
yeah,
in one of his pressers saying, "Oh, he needs to fix his first touch." And I'm
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
dude, they have the like they can buy someone and they have the luxury of being like, "Yeah, we just need
yeah,
to coach him real
yeah,
quick to be a
Yeah.
player." And I
yeah.
know he'll be really good for them in like 2 years, but like other clubs don't have the time to do that stuff, bro.
That's true.
And
That's
that's
true.
credit to what they've built, obviously.
Yeah, and it's credit to how proactive they are. Like another club probably doesn't sign Nunez and work on him. You know, like
Yeah.
they rest on their
Yeah.
laurels, soak
Or they
it.
just throw him in immediately without like, any yeah.
Yeah, it's impressive.
They would sign 5 kids to fill in his spot, and one of them has to be good, you know?
Yeah.
They'll recreate him in the aggregate, like from Moneyball.
Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah.
so if we're good on City, I think the last game that requires some attention briefly is the Spurs game. They
I know this pains you so much.
they secured the latest comeback in Premier League history.
Because of
And
new rules and whatnot.
yeah, 2 goals, I think in the 108th and the 112th or 110th, to win 2-1 over Sheffield United. Richarlison's therapist might be the greatest ever. Dude, it's just like a feel good factor for them right now.
Someone send me his number, man.
Yeah.
Bro, did you see the limbs in the crowd
Dude,
when
they
they
went
scored?
nuts.
It went, it looked fire, dude.
Nuts. And I can't wait to humble them, to be honest, on September
Uh,
24th. I'm
I'll
still
be
licking
there
my
no matter
lips.
what.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had like a special thing about that. It's a good opportunity.
Yeah, inshallah.
it's like an episode fully focused on just that match.
But I mean, you guys have any thoughts on the game? Did you guys see the game?
I saw the last 5 minutes, and that's all I needed to see.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I saw from like the 80th on because I was like, I want to see if these guys choke it. I think I jinxed it low key, but it is what it is.
You have an uncanny ability to do that.
Yeah, I shouldn't turn the TV on, dude. I should have just like kept refreshing Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I had. Any miscellaneous pieces of news across the footballing universe we want to touch on?
I feel like I want to talk about Bernardo Silva,
Mm.
Oh, okay.
right? I think he renewed with release clause of 50 mil.
Oh,
So
he
that
did.
like any of these
Commitment
teams can,
issues,
like,
huh?
yeah, like they're like, oh, stay for one more year with us, and we'll let you go for like 50 mil if you want, maybe
Pretty
improve
good.
his salary and all that. But dude, I feel like if Arsenal got him, that would have been a great signing. I don't know, in my opinion, because he plays
Hey,
everywhere.
Was he available this summer for 50 mil?
No,
I don't think
because
so.
Barcelona
Okay.
wanted him, and he wanted
Uh,
Barcelona, but like,
The heart wants what it wants.
I don't think he's
Yeah.
gonna be coming to Arsenal, man. Like that's gonna be such a
Yeah,
downgrade for him.
no, it's a lateral
Yeah.
move. Like it like he doesn't gain anything from it. There's no reason.
Yeah.
lateral.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
mean, think about it. Like he would gain something from it. Like
Money.
if he helps Arsenal win stuff,
then he's the
then it would
difference.
be like, yeah, because City are gonna win regardless, right?
Fair.
With him or without him. But then if he goes to a team and suddenly they start winning, then yeah,
I think maybe it's like he's won everything he needs to win. Now you either go play for Barcelona, which is probably his childhood club, or you go to PSG and you make a bunch of money. Like I don't know, I couldn't see him
That's
like
true.
being like I'm gonna have to go challenge and hustle at Arsenal.
yeah. I think Saudi offered him.
Oh, Saudi.
Yeah, that could probably happen
contract,
too, man.
yeah. But like when Mahrez and who else? Sterling left, Mahrez left,
Jesus left.
it was
Zinchenko left.
it was hard for them to let him go without getting more players, especially that Paqueta didn't like sign for them. So
That's
They
true.
got Nunez, they got Kovacic.
I mean,
Aren't the
again,
best
they need time
replacements, but
to
yeah.
Yeah.
If Pep makes Kovacic, like if Pep teaches Kovacic what to do in the final third, like he might be the greatest ever, dude.
I think
he
he's
turns-
already the greatest ever, to be honest.
Okay, well then he'll go to a next level. If he can make Kovacic like open his eyes when he gets the ball into the box, like it'd be amazing. Because I don't know, that guy has problems.
You know
I-
how we clown on Pep for like going to like the richest clubs and stuff, but sometimes I'm like, man, if he didn't we wouldn't be able to see some of the greatness that he'd be achieving with these teams.
Yeah,
man.
and I also like
I could live without it.
No. Look, we've been personally affected, but I will still say, like, why wouldn't he go to the richest club? Like, it's so stupid.
Right.
Like for a normal person, if you get a contract from a company that will pay you more, treat you better, you will succeed more at. Why would you not
Give
go
you
there?
a nice corner office.
Yeah, like why?
Everything.
Oh no. Like, please make my life harder, please, so I
Yeah.
can prove something to
That's
Twitter.
true.
Plus nowadays you can't like succeed with like bad squads. Like everyone needs
Yeah,
money,
bro.
dude.
The
And
best
also
person
the
doing it.
recruitment team is good at
Yeah.
City. The recruitment team.
Yeah, and their academy is great, dude. They made like 200 million off sales in the academy. That's ridiculous.
I just wanted to share a quick Mikel Arteta quote that just dropped. And it's
Oh wow.
really
Okay.
interesting to me. He said, I am a really young manager. I've only had 3.5 years in the job, and I have a few regrets. It was on occasions that after 60 minutes and at 85 minutes in 2 games in this period, I could have changed the keeper in that moment, and I didn't do it. I didn't have the courage to do it, but I'm able to take a winger or a striker and put a central defender at the back to make a back five and hold that result. We drew those games, and I was so unhappy. So
Is he justifying the keeper thing?
I think so, but like it's so interesting to me that there's moments where he himself saw Ramsdale looking nervous and recognized it and wanted to substitute him, but couldn't because of like football norms. Like,
But that's kind of deep that he's saying that. I don't
That's
know.
yeah,
crazy.
It's not a positive quote. I feel like
Dude, this
At
guy
all.
is turning
Flawed
into
morale.
Pep, man.
Yeah,
fucking,
he's turning into
with,
Pep.
with these quotes and shit. Like, why is he saying these
why
things?
as a man are you speaking?
Yeah.
More than you believe. More than you believe.
More than you.
He just
Interesting.
says stuff these days. I don't know.
Okay, so do we want to do predictions real quick for this
Next
upcoming
week?
week? I say
Yeah,
we
let's do
do
it.
some of the Champions League fixtures because
Mm.
these are the champions. Here we
Nice.
go. Some good ones. Let's just do the highlights, right? Milan Newcastle at the San Siro.
Ooh,
5-0.
that's gonna
Milan
be
looks
exciting.
terrible.
Milan
Oh,
got
yeah.
Looks terrible.
smacked by Inter.
Yeah. And Newcastle look decent. So-
They've become like Liao and Inshallah. It's like Newcastle a couple years ago with
Sam Maximin, inshallah,
Yeah,
for sure.
it's kind of crazy.
I think it's gonna be 1-0 Newcastle, inshallah.
Let's go.
I think it'll be a draw, 1-1.
It's gonna be
I'll say.
stalemate.
Oh, you think draw? I don't know. I've been watching a bit of Milan this season, and besides the Inter game, they actually look pretty good. Like surprising that whole group like had a pretty bad week. Like PSG lost as well, Milan lost. Dortmund, I don't really watch them, but even
don't.
Newcastle like just 1-0 win. Also I'll say Milan win. Like 2-0.
Fair enough. Other big one, same group, PSG Dortmund at Paris. I'm
Yeah,
going
PSG win.
PSG win. Dortmund without Jude is just like whatever, man. They don't look that good in the league either.
I don't watch them enough to comment, so I'll say PSG win.
I think PSG 2-0.
Nips.
Issue win.
Okay. Next big game, Bayern United. Thoughts?
Oof.
I'm going Bayern 4-0.
I'm going 3-1.
I'm going Bayern 4-0. It's
I'm going-
in Germany, bro.
Yeah, I'm going 3-1.
I'll
Bars?
say
Bayern?
Bayern. I'll say Bayern 3-0 win.
Nibs?
2-0 Bayern.
Okay, and the last, I guess, interesting one, not really. Arsenal PSV, the maiden game in the Champions League for us. I'm going 2-1 Arsenal.
No, 2-0. Arsenal.
Go.
I'll say 1-0 Arsenal.
Same. 1-0 Arsenal.
Because PSV just kind of messed with us last year.
Yeah.
So I'm not that confident against them. They got Javi Simmons, excellent player.
Like, no, they don't.
Oh, he went
Bundesliga.
to who did he go to?
He went back to
went
PSG
to-
and then they loaned him to Leipzig,
That's what it was.
Leipzig, yeah.
which is
Okay,
just such
so-
a weird transfer.
I think 1 year wiser, 1 year stronger, 1 year
Oh, wow.
better.
Mhm.
He wants the soundbite, dude.
Yeah, I do.
Nah, you just got it.
Clip it.
Don't clip that.
You just got your Kodak
cringe.
moment.
That's cringe.
Yeah. So that's it for this rendition of this beautiful podcast.
Champions League. How about Prem?
Prem predictions. Right.
Yeah.
Close a little
Oh,
too
yeah.
Are we
early.
keeping tally this time?
Yeah. Let's do
Let's
it.
start playing tally.
Are we doing
Are
just
we-
win
are
or
we
loss or
doing-
actual scores?
No,
So let's
just
do
Or
it.
difference.
Let's do it this way. 1 point for result,
Mhm.
2 points for score.
Okay.
How about goal difference?
No.
No.
I think that's so
Nah,
Mickey Mouse.
nah.
Like, what do you mean? Like a
So it could be
6-4
7-5.
game,
2-0.
a 6-4 and a 2-0 are not the same game at all.
Yeah, but like as in like 2-1, 1-0. Like for example, if you get the score right, you get 3 points. But if you get the goal difference right, you get 1 point.
Nah. Allow that.
It's too technical, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody counting all that, bro.
1 point for result, 2 points for
So
Yeah,
you have the
actual
potential
score.
to earn 3 for one
Exactly.
game. Okay.
Alright.
So nice looking fixtures. Let's start with the obvious Arsenal Spurs. I'm going 3-1 Arsenal.
Going 2-0 Arsenal.
Someone's gonna piss me off here.
I'm
Let's
going 2-1 Arsenal.
see. Okay.
I'm gonna go 2-2 draw.
Okay, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
We got Chelsea Villa. I'm going 2-1 Villa.
I'm going 1-1. Villa.
Going
Nibs, you can-
2-0 Villa.
Aw. I'm saying 2-0 Chelsea.
Okay.
No.
High stakes, because if you lose twice, Bar. So just remember that.
Yeah, it's gone.
Other fun game. Let's okay, this one's could be interesting. Burnley United at Burnley.
Hmm.
I'm going United win. 2-1.
I'm going 1-1.
I'll go
Mhm.
United win 2-0.
United win 1-0.
And then the last exciting game, Liverpool West Ham at Anfield. I'm going Liverpool win 3-1.
2-2 West Ham, Liverpool.
Liverpool 2-1.
I'm gonna say Liverpool 5-0.
Wow.
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 I'm having fun, bro. I'm gonna get all them wrong, but at least I tried.
All right. But watch, if he gets one of them right, he's gonna be here like, I told you guys. Thank you for watching another episode of Pariah Podcast. Whether
thank
it's
you.
on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels.
We're on Reels?
We might be soon.
I can't see it, bro. I don't have
Facebook
Reels.
stories.
Whatever, like Skype. I don't know.
WhatsApp
Vine,
stories.
Facebook
Yeah,
Marketplace.
Dude, WhatsApp stories is popping here, man.
But listen, get in the comments, argue with us, give us topics. You know, like we're just starting out, so like we see every single comment. So if you want to have an influence on this show, now is the time. Tell us what you want us to talk about. If there's a team that we haven't mentioned once, tell us about them, and I promise you we will cover them in the next episode. Thank you for being engaging, and we will see you next time.